You have 10 days to submit your written testimony.
Or so we thought. If you caught the tail end of today's State of Judiciary address, then you would have gotten a heads up that senators would be returning to session at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And the number one item on the agenda, legislation to approve the rules and regulations for games of chance at the Liberation Carnival. But things got hot when an amendment introduced by Speaker Tina Munoz-Barnes hit the floor.
The prohibition against gambling contained in Chapter 64 of Title IX shall not apply to games of chance for the Guam Island Fair and Liberation Day Carnival authorized by this act. Madam Speaker, if I may, the second amendment is to ensure that there is no void or gap between the rules and regulations which authorize the games of chance on the one hand and the Guam law as codified in the GCA, the Guam Code annotated, which generally prohibits any gambling not specifically authorized in Chapter 64 of Title IX.
I think that this is disingenuous to the spirit of what this body did before and what we are completing with now agreeing to adopt the rules and regs. We set out to promulgate rules and regs. We are now looking to approve the rules and regs. Let's begin and end with that, because I think that that is exactly what we did. Legalizing gambling through this is a whole separate measure, and that can be taken up separately.
I didn't take very well to the previous speaker saying that we did this in a backdoor manner. We followed a process. It was plain and simple. We had a bill that was introduced to allow this type of game of chance to be held at the Liberation for 60 days, Madam Speaker, 60 days only, so that we can generate some funding to pay for a 75th anniversary of the Guam Liberation Day.
Perhaps it's a debatable issue. Everything is debatable. But there's always a winner and a loser.
The Barnes amendment passed. As of 5:30 p.m., senators were still discussing the bill. Mayors are banking on the return of casino gaming at the carnival to raise much-needed revenue for their Liberation festivities.
Madam Speaker,